Welcome back to 1001 Business Problems Solved with Microsoft Teams. I'm Annie Rind. Today's episode is part 2 of our exploration of Copilot Notebooks, and it builds directly on episode 99, where we got oriented to what notebooks are, why they're exciting, and where they shine for focused, internal work. At the end of episode 99, it felt a little bit like we'd reached the happily ever after stage. But Copilot doesn't sit still, and neither do we. So this episode is about what happened next, after we kept using notebooks, after the novelty wore off, and after we tried to apply them to more complex, real-world business problems that stretched beyond pure internal documentation. If I had to give this episode a subtitle, it would be Copilot Notebooks, Copilot Pages, and How We Stay Oriented in a Rapidly Changing AI World. Because what you're about to hear isn't a reversal or a retreat. It's a refinement, a clearer understanding of how different Copilot tools fit different kinds of work. As you listen, you may notice something that feels a little uncomfortable at first. We adjust, we refine, and we change our minds as the technology evolves. And that's not a flaw in this podcast. It's the entire point. Copilot is evolving faster than roadmaps, faster than documentation, and faster than most best practice guides can keep up with. So instead of pretending we have everything figured out, we're choosing to stay oriented while the ground is moving. AI is not a set-it-and-forget-it technology. It's not even a learn-it-once technology. It's a living, shifting landscape. Which means if your goal is to apply Copilot to real business problems, not theoretical ones, you're going to be making adjustments in real time. That's exactly what happened with Copilot Notebooks. When notebooks first appeared, we were genuinely excited. And for good reason. They gave us a focused thinking space, strong summaries, calm reasoning, and an excellent way to work deeply with internal documentation. For internal project work, they were, and still are, fantastic. But as we kept using them, we learned something important about where they shine and where they don't, at least not yet. Here's the key insight we landed on: not all Copilot work is the same. Some work is almost entirely internal: project documentation, internal processes, internal knowledge bases, and internal analysis. And some work is inherently strategic: deciding what to do next, comparing options, learning from how others approach similar problems, and pressure testing ideas against best practices and outside perspectives. That distinction matters. Because today, Copilot notebooks are grounded only in the documents you attach to them. There's no web access, no external best practices, and no broader Copilot knowledge. And that's not a failure. It simply tells us what kind of work they're best suited for right now. So here's the decision we've made, at least for this moment in time. We're using notebooks for project work where most of the information is internal and already documented. And we're moving strategy work to Pages, where Copilot can help us think with internal context and external guidance. That's not jumping the gun. That's adjusting intelligently. Now let's say the quiet part out loud. From the outside, this can look wishy-washy, fickle, or like we're constantly changing direction. But here's the trade-off we're very consciously making. You can either wait until everything is stable, polished, and fully documented, or you can work at the leading edge and accept that learning happens in public. We're choosing the second. Because the purpose of this podcast has never been to declare final answers. It's to continuously test Copilot against common business problems and share what actually works, when it works, and why. Sometimes that means saying, this tool is excellent, just not for this job. And that's a sign of maturity, not confusion. If you're a business leader, this gives you permission to stop searching for the one perfect setup. Instead, you can ask a better question. What's the right Copilot tool for this type of work right now? Most people don't realize that there isn't just one Copilot. There's Copilot for Word, Copilot for Excel, Copilot for Teams, etc. Then, there's the Copilot desktop app and the Copilot mobile app. Different kinds of work, different kinds of thinking, and different moments in the workflow. I'm going to dedicate an upcoming episode to walking through those differences and helping you understand which one to use when. For today, I want to zoom in on the 2 Copilot tools that give you a dedicated workspace, a place where your thinking, drafts, and decisions live alongside an ongoing conversation with Copilot. Those two tools are Notebooks and Pages. And that leads to the real question we're answering today. When should you use Notebooks and when should you use Pages? Today, our answer looks like this. Notebooks work great for deep, internal, document-grounded project work. Pages are best for strategy, synthesis, outside perspective, and decision-making. That may evolve, and when it does, we'll evolve with it. For now, that's a pretty good rule. In episode 102, we're going to go all in on Copilot Pages. I'll show you why they're so powerful for strategy work, how they pull from across your Microsoft 365 world and the web, and why they've become our go-to environment for leadership thinking. This is what it looks like to stay cutting edge without losing your footing. Thanks for learning alongside us. This is Annie signing off. I'll see you next Monday.